welcome to the show.
Yo.
My name is Jonathan.
And I'm Jesse.
And hence the name JP squared. That's us. JP.
We didn't mention anything about our last names, but okay.
Nope. So,
both of our last names start with P.
I'm pretty sure if you've been here a little while, you've got that. If you're brand new, welcome. Today we're going to talk about sleep stuff.
I was just napping, and so it seems like a good time.
He was just taking a nap, and my son's asleep, so if I run out of the scene really quick and the show just ends abruptly, it's because my little boy woke up.
So, I mean, any second you might see a cut, and then it'll be you, like, with him.
Oh, sure, yeah. We can still finish, yeah.
But, well, so our last major video on this channel had to do with, sleep and dreams. I went inside his dreams.
What? Oh, just kidding. So, if you haven't seen that, you should watch it. And with that, I thought it was an interesting phenomenon that Jesse experiences sometimes that I wanted to learn more about, as if I've never heard it before. What is sleep paralysis, and explain how magnificent and
it's been a roller coaster.
How is that in your life?
So this is something I'm actually interested if any of you guys have had experience with this before, because I never talked to someone who. So sleep paralysis. It's an easy word. That's when you wake up paralyzed.
So for how long?
Okay,
you don't
so
just wake up
this is something I experience from time to time. It still happens. It's happened for a couple of years now. It's where so it's like you wake up in the morning or whatever, and you can't move because you're paralyzed. Now it's not. The thing of it is you're not like super lucid when this happens. If you still feel very like sleepy, like you're in a dream state, but you're really awake, you're really in your bed, but like you can't move. So it's a weird thing.
Obviously, it's not permanent. He's moving. He got here today.
Yeah, it's fine. So the weird thing about it is, I know that sometimes I've had dreams of waking up paralyzed. And that's where it gets really weird. Sometimes it's hard to tell when it's real or when it's a dream of it, because even when it's really happening, you're still in like a sleep-like state. Once you're finally up and awake and you're lucid like I am now, it's not the same feeling as this. Obviously, it feels different, but I know it's real because the first time I knew it was like real, I remember I opened my eyes and I would purposely like look around my room to make sure everything was real, and like I would look at like the clock or something, and then once I'm out of it, I would look again to be sure, like, oh, hey, like, yeah, that was the same time. Like, wow, that was real. I really was paralyzed just now.
So, if this has happened to you, or if you have experienced sleep paralysis, please comfort Jesse in the comments. Explain to him that he's not the only one. It'll make him feel
Now,
better.
they say some people, apparently, like, their sleep paralysis is accompanied with, like, hallucinations and like things that are happening.
That sounds terrifying.
Because what happens is your brain is still like technically in the state of being like asleep, so you could dream stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what happens a lot of times. Is a lot of times it's a mixture. Like sometimes I think I know I'm really there and I'm awake, but things are a little off.
You just dream boring stuff. So
and then and sometimes I think what happens is like, I'll be there awake, paralyzed. And then I think I'll start dreaming that, because sometimes, lots of times, like I'll feel like I'm moving a little bit, like maybe I can get my hand to wave, but you can't talk. But I feel like I can move my mouth sometimes, and sometimes I feel like I can go like this, and then sometimes I inch my way, and then like I fall off onto the floor, and then like I try to crawl. But then it comes back, and then it's like me just on my bed again. So
that's weird.
It can easily change to a dream.
So you were dreaming about being slightly less paralyzed.
Yeah.
But then
there was some hope.
Right. But then you woke up.
And the way to get out of it, what they say, like one day I read about it and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna try that. The way to get out of it is you can wiggle your big toe, and I guess it slowly brings back like movement to the rest of you. It's a weird thing, guys. It's just really weird. And one time,
what else is really weird is he does the show without shoes, and I do the show with shoes.
One time, I've always wanted someone to like.
So you can wiggle your big toe in the middle of the show if you have to. There's no instance where I have to wiggle my big toe in this show, but you might have to.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Sorry, go on.
So I always wanted someone to see it happening. Just I want to know, what does it look like? Does it what does it look like to you? You know, I've always wanted to.
Is there a video of this on YouTube?
Of me or other people?
Anybody on YouTube.
None of them I don't think are real. Like, it's actually being captured in the moment. Because what are you gonna do? Just set up a camera every night and hope that you catch it? But one day it happened when I was just like taking a nap on the couch, and I woke up and I was paralyzed, and my brother was on his computer just doing something. And I was there, and I'm paralyzed, and I could see him. I was like, this is it. It's really, like, this is real. Like, if only he would turn around, he would see me, like, Michael. But you can't talk. And then so, like, I wiggled my toe, and I just got up, and I was like, Michael, I was just paralyzed right now. So I know it's real. Sometimes it seems like maybe it's just a dream, but there was times where it definitely happened because I was looking at him, and I woke up, and he was still there, and it was just really weird. That's my story.
So if you have experienced this, please talk about it. Start a whole conversation. We'll start a support group in the comments section, and Jesse will make.
Sometimes it can get scary if you, but you know, sometimes I just have to remind myself. All right, it's because sometimes you feel like I'm going to be stuck forever.
Right.
But you just have to remember, like, all right, I'm going to get out of this eventually,
and well, it's because of you're supposed to be like that when you're asleep.
Right. What happens is your brain will secrete this liquid that.
Down your spine and
it makes you
right,
so that you don't flail around and stuff.
The little bit that I know about sleep, I do know that. So
but what happens is sometimes apparently your brain can give you the signal to wake up, but it's still being affected by the sleep, the sleep-inducing liquid.
Sleep-inducing liquid. That's the title.
That should be the title.
Sleep-inducing liquid.